Hello, how the devil are you all? Right, today I'm going to give you a ghost film review. How about that? And this was all because I saw an article in The Sun the other day talking about a film called The House on Mansfield Street. And it's like a found footage film, one of those type things. This guy's meant to be recording a documentary, or he's honing his skills as a documentary maker, and he's just filming himself, moves into a new house, and strange things happen. And anyway, the article was saying that people were literally shitting themselves watching it. People couldn't finish it, all that sort of stuff. So I thought, well, I'll give it a go. So anyway, it's an old film. I think it was like 2000. I say old. It was 2018. I think it was released, something like that. It's on the Prime, Amazon Prime. That's where I watched it. It's probably everywhere. Yeah. So what did I make of it? Well. Yeah, if I gave it a review out of five ghosts, let's say 5 stars, I think I'd probably give it a 2, something like that, a 2. Yeah, I think it was. I didn't think it was that good. Again, if anyone else has watched it and differs from my opinion, then I'd love to hear about that. Just go to the. I'll put a post up on the Facebook group if you like, so people can comment there. But yeah, I didn't think it was that good. The ghost bits were pretty generic, sort of wrappings and things like that, and yeah, it just didn't do out for me. It was just boring. I've been more entertained in one of these documentaries, where they maybe have 5 or 6 stories on one episode. Like remember the old Unsolved Mysteries, that kind of thing. Yeah, that was more entertaining. Even those short little stories that you used to have in there than an hour and a half long film, whatever it was. So yeah, for me, probably 2 ghosts. Yeah, probably one ghost. Let's say 1 ghost. It really was that bad. But again, go and watch it and see if you agree or disagree. I'd like to know. Okay, so film number 2. This is The Pantry Ghost. All right. Again, I watched this on Amazon Prime. This is slightly different from the first film, although it is similar in a way, because it is another found footage type film, and the setup's similar. So this guy moves into this house, and then strange things happen. This pantry door seems to open on its own, so he sets up a camera to film it, and then obviously it starts happening on consecutive nights at exactly the same time, which is weird unless you believe in coincidences. And so the film goes on like that, and the film is interspliced with interviews from the people involved, giving their take on what was going on at the time and stuff like that. And it comes across as being very genuine, very. It's not very long either, so it's like, like if they try and make it an hour, they try and make it whatever. But this is like not like that. I think it's about 48 minutes long, something like that. So it comes across as that's what they had, so that's all they had, so that's what they show you. And so it does seem a lot more real. And some of the reviews will tell you it is real. Now, I'm not sure if it is real or not. If somebody knows categorically either way, if it's true or if it's false, then I'd like to obviously let me know in the Facebook group. But that one for me was a lot better. It was a lot more compelling. I didn't like the way the lady spoke on it. I thought that was... Some people have got that cadence when they speak, that real sort of... We went to the store and we were shocked to see 3 cucumbers instead of 4. That sort of cadence when they speak. And to me, that sounds... When people speak like that, it sounds phony. People do it all the time for various different reasons. People on YouTube that do it. And that's basically, they do it, I think they do it so that more people will be able to understand what they're saying and just go along with the thing. But I know, I'm flicking through YouTube and one of them comes up. They saw the ghost coming out the woods. I fucking turn that fucking off. Does my head in that. But anyway, enough on that. So the actual film, I'm going to give that one Probably 3 stars for that one. Probably 3 stars. We won't do the half bollocks, so 3 stars. I thought that was loads better. It was more compelling. It seemed to make sense. And like all these ghost things, they don't tend to have a full story. You don't with ghosts. You don't really get a beginning, a middle, and an end. Sometimes you get a beginning, and that's it. Sometimes you get an end, and that's it. Sometimes you get the middle, and that's it. It just, ghosts don't work like. They're not very good for a story. Neither UFOs for that matter. There's a guy I've had on the show before, Gary Esseltine, and he's wrote a script essentially for the Rendlesham UFO case. This UFO that landed in Suffolk in England. It was actually one on an American airbase because it was outside the American airbase, but next to an American airbase, which was Bentwaters. Well, there was two. There was Bentwaters and Woodbridge, I think, was the other one. Both in Suffolk in this forest. And essentially, this craft landed, and they went out to it. Depending on whose point of view you take on that, Larry Warren says that when he approached what was going on, he saw the commanding officers basically in formation. That's the cat. In formation around this craft or glowing object on the ground, and there was a flash of light. Sorry, a red ball came. All right, give it a rest. A red ball came, and then there was a flash of light, and when everybody sort of came out of that stupor, his commanding officer was speaking with an alien, communicating with an alien actually. Anyway, people have poo-pooed his version of events, and a lot of the people there that said different things happened. And then you got Colonel Alt was involved, and this memorandum came out, and that was not meant to get to the public. And he was going to sell his story to the paper, and it's a big story. But the thing is, with the Rendlesham situation there, it doesn't have a beginning, a middle, and an end. This thing happened, nobody knows where it came from, what it was, and that's it. So it doesn't really, in a Hollywood-style film, it would be difficult to make. Got hair in my nose. So a moustache up. For those watching on YouTube, obviously, if you listen on the podcast, you can't see me, but I'm just scratching my nose there. I've got one of my moustache hairs. It's got up my nose. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, so that's one of those films where it wouldn't really work as a film. So when he's given the script to Hollywood, they've sort of said, well, not Hollywood, but film producers, they sort of want to edit it in such a way that there's a hero running through the film. Do you know what I mean? So there's, what's this hero gonna do? And it never really played out like that. So yeah, it'd be better as just a documentary film, really. Although if you did it because Travis Walton, the Fire in the Sky, obviously that's one of those where I'm going into alien film reviews here. I'll do that next week. Anyway, let's get off subject. So we've done the house on Mansfield Street. Again, not for me. 1 star. We've done the Pantry Ghost, which I really liked, and I'd say that was 3 stars. And then incidentally, just before I go, I may as well give you a bonus one, I suppose, which I watched. Somebody put me on to a film called The Road. And if you've seen the game The Last of Us, or I think there's a series of that now, it's it's that thing, where it's like in a post-apocalypse world. I don't think it really tells you what had happened, but you just find yourselves, the characters, in this situation where it's all going to shit. And they've got to survive. And there's a couple of points in the film there where, it's particularly as a parent, I think if you're watching it as a parent, it'll probably resonate more. But there's a couple of bits in the film where, what do you do for the best? And you've got to make a hard decision, seriously hard decision. I won't give anything away because I'd like you to go watch it if you hadn't seen it. But it's called The Road. And like I say, there's a couple of bits in that film which nearly brought a tear to my eye, let me tell you. In fact, at one point, I actually paused the film because it just made me feel a bit sad. Because more because, right, because the situation is, we're not very far away from a situation like that happening. There was something on, Alex Jones, he was talking about this the other day. I watch him occasionally just for a laugh. But, he makes a few relevant points as well. I watch David Icke as well for the same reason. He is funny though. But Alex Jones was talking about this situation where, if you look through history, and I think he gives ratios, and I'm not sure these are 100% accurate, but these are the ratios he gave anyway, or the percentages he gave, sorry. So he said, when you've got a society that's living like paycheck to paycheck, all right, when 50% of that, or just over 50% of that society is living paycheck to paycheck, you get unrest, okay? Then if it goes to 60%, you get basically like a revolution, people on the streets and just not happy with it. And then if it goes to sort of 75 and above, where 75% of the people are living paycheck to paycheck, then you get real all-out, balls to the wall, cannibalism, the lot, do you know what I mean? Rioting, looting, everything. So that was the ratios he gave. Now, I don't know where he got them from. He probably did say, but currently, what would you say most people? I would say at least 50% of the people in most societies at the moment are living paycheck to paycheck. So that's why that road sort of resonated a little bit more with me, the road. And I think I watched that on Amazon Prime as well. I think I did because I don't have access to Netflix since they've done all this, using other people's Netflix. Wink, wink. You know what I mean? So yeah, that. So that's it. That's it for Ghost. I'll tell you what I'll do next week, or whenever I can, sit here and talk. I'll do one on UFO things. I've watched a couple of UFO films recently, and maybe I'll give you reviews on them. So they're the 3 films for this week. So if you haven't seen these films, I think they're all free, so you don't have to go and pay for them. First was Ghost. What was it? I can't remember what it was called now. Is that crap? House on Mansfield Street. Yeah. I didn't like. Second one was Pantry Ghost. The Pantry Ghost. Really, really good. Really compelling. And I hope it's true. But with these things. And then the bonus one was The Road. All right. So go and watch those 3 films. If you've already seen them, then let me know on the Facebook group. That's where you can get me. Actually, we do a WhatsApp group as well, so you could do it through there. All the links to that are in the show notes, description, whatever you want to call it. Incidentally, you can check out there, if you're watching on YouTube, you can see I'm wearing the Barbarian Breed t-shirt that we make. So, check out that. There's plenty of t-shirts on there, all different sizes, and the quality is second to none, so you will like it. Like I said, there's designs for everybody on there, men, woman. That's it. So that is www.barbarianbreed.com, or the link is in the description. Again, you can find it on the Facebook as well. Barbarian Breed Clothing. All right. So go and check that out. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. If you can subscribe on a different platform as well, or multiple platforms, absolutely Bobby fucking Dazzler. That helps us out massively, apparently. So that's how the algorithm does things. Just saying, I don't know. That's what it say. So if you could do that, fantastic. Enjoy your bank holiday if you've got one around the world. And so that's been my ghostly reviews. So there you go. So check them out. Check them 3 films out, and let me know what you think. Whether you agree with me, disagree with me, whatever. Let me know in the Facebook group Bizarre Tales Podcast, or the WhatsApp group, which is in the description. Thank you very much for listening, and we will be back very soon with another episode. I'm going to give you part 2 of the fairy situation, and then we're going to look at a UFO case as well. So there you go. That's what's coming. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you on the other side.
Well, they've gone. No, just for now. It wasn't the right time for us to meet. But there'll be other nights, other stars for us to watch. They'll be back.